Hey, this is Mark with the Practical Still. It's time to open up another bottle. And not only are we going to open a bottle, we're going to open it with the specialist person in the world, my mom. So we didn't think this through ahead of time real well. So everybody say hello to my mom. Mom, say hello to everybody else. And so my mom watches my videos, which I think is awesome because that means we're getting to hang out a little bit even if she lives about 1,300 miles away from me. So that video's gotten her interested in whiskey, right?
Right.
So we picked one for her, and I picked one that's, you hear Dan and I talk about it a lot. It's something that Dan and I are big fans of. It's a Glenmorangie Lasanta. This is a 12-year-old Highland single malt. It spends the first 10 years in ex-bourbon barrels, and then it spends a 2 full year period in both Pedro Jimenez sherry cask and Oloroso sherry cask. It is a fabulous whiskey. It's not all that particularly expensive. I don't know, what'd you pay for the one in Alabama, Mom?
With tax and everything, it was like $59.
Yep, so that's about roughly retail. I bought this one a couple years ago, actually, so it's the old label, for $29 on sale. So pretty solid value either way. But we're going to open this up. I'm going to walk Mom through how to drink some single malt whiskey and how to add a little water and taste that stuff out. So let's get started. It's going to be fun, Mom. You ready?
Ready.
All right.
Okay.
There you go. Good timing. So as we know, oh gosh, that's beautiful right out of the bottle. I always like to smell it out of the bottle. I don't know why, but to me, the best nose on a whiskey is always right out of the bottle.
Gosh, that smells good.
That's beautiful. So for everybody, because we do more bourbon and rye than we do Scotch. So single malt Scotch is 1 grain. It's barley, and it's a malted barley. So they germinate the grain. As it begins to germinate, they heat it to stop that germination process, and that's what malting is. So it's not just a regular grain whiskey, it's a malted grain. Scotch people will talk about the malt rather than say the whole thing. So single malt, single part means not single barrel, but a single distillery. And so you know that Glenmorangie produced this whiskey. It was distilled in one place. In their case, it was aged in one place. And it's single malt versus a blended whiskey or a blended malt. To me,
that's good to know.
Yep. And so that underlying smell of a malt whiskey's in there. But what that sweetness you get on top, what does it smell like to you?
Cherry? What? I can't tell. I'm not used to smelling whiskey.
Yeah, so, you know, if you don't know it was a sherry whiskey, I get cherries on it, like a ripe cherry.
That's what I thought, a cherry.
And dark fruit. Now, this Highland whiskey, I always get this sensation of, I don't know, salt air when I smell them. It's delicious. So the cool thing about this, and this is a 43% whiskey, so, and I'm going to do this one time. You know, I don't like doing this, but to bring Mom along as she starts in this whiskey thing, the alcohol percentage by volume is 43%. So if you pour 1 ounce of this, 43% of that liquid's alcohol, and the other piece is water and, you know, other pieces.
Okay.
So Scotch whiskey, they talk about percentage. So they'll always say 43%. American whiskey talks in proof. Proof is just 2 times the alcohol percentage. This is an 86 proof whiskey. But I have this weird thing where I won't do that because 43%, that's 86 proof, is exactly the same thing. That's like saying yellow and blue make green every time I want to say green. I think that's ridiculous. So, but we did it one time for the explanation. Let's see. So, Mom, I have sent Mom for Christmas some Glencairn glasses. Those are not this one, but the really cool little nosing glasses. But you won't get those until Monday. So let's pour a little bit, and we're going to pour about this much. Now, once we get done with this, you can pour all you want, but you want about 1 ounce for this little tasting session. And absent the Glencairn, she did awesome. She found her a wine glass, perfect. Now, the nose in the glass will be completely different than the nose from the bottle because the opening's bigger, right?
I smell more alcohol.
That's true. That could be true. There's more surface area on the top.
Yeah.
It is glorious. Oh, and color. So the bottle doesn't state no color added. And we know if we've been paying attention that Scotch whiskey can have color added. It's a little dark, but for a 12-year whiskey, I think that's right. I doubt there's any color in that. And it also doesn't talk about filtration, so I'm going to guess this is chill filtered. So, the nose is beautiful. Again, I get less of the sherry on the nose, more of the actual bourbon finished whiskey or bourbon aged whiskies coming out of it.
Am I supposed to taste it?
We will eventually.
Okay.
You do whatever you want. Mom's ready to drink. You wonder where I got it from, huh? Now what we're doing now, Mom, this is called, we're tasting it neat. Neat just means there's no whiskey. It hadn't been cooled off with ice. It's just what it is. What do you think?
Well, it's been a long time since I love Scotch, but it's different than what I'm used to drinking.
Yes, but you're used to drinking Chivas.
Mm-hmm.
Chivas is a blended whiskey. There'll be 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8 whiskeys in there, plus some grain neutral spirit.
I think I can get used to this.
Yeah, I like it. So the mouth feels nice for a 43%. It's a relatively low percentage of alcohol. Yeah, but it's got a good mouth feel for it. The finish lasts forever. If you take a sip and then don't drink anymore, that flavor hangs around for a while. The sherry
definitely warm.
it does, yeah. And the sherry's there. That sherry flavor, that cherryish or dark stone fruit kind of plums is in there, don't you think?
I think so.
All right. Now, next step. Go ahead. You can keep drinking. You can do anything you want.
Okay, thank you.
So what we're going to do is, so Scotch, bourbon does this too, but Scotch will change dramatically with just a tiny little bit of water. And I think what happens is the water will break the surface tension. It allows some of the alcohol to evaporate a little quicker. And the alcohol carries the flavor, but it can also mask some of it. Proof can mask some of the flavors. So if we take, I'm going to use this, I'll show you how much I'm going to put in there. So I've got this little bit in the straw.
Okay.
I'm just going to drop that tiny little bit of water in there.
Okay.
Then right away the nose changes. I want to know what you think when you see that, or nose that, or taste it.
I don't like it with water.
There you go. It changes. Now on the nose, to me, I taste more caramel. Mm-hmm. And I agree with you. When I put that on my tongue, it loses a lot of that high end, that fruity flavor.
Definitely.
It gets peppery. It gets a little peppery, like a black pepper on the back of my tongue. Mm-hmm. I don't like that as much with the water.
I could drink this straight, but if you put water in it,
yeah.
I don't think I like
I agree. Neat's the way to go. Cool. All right. So this has been fun. Mom and I are going to keep drinking. You guys don't have to hang around. Go find your mom if your mom's around. If you're fortunate enough, like I am, to have your mom around, go drink some whiskey with your mom. Tell me what you think. Have you had Lasanta? Are you a big sherry finished whiskey person? And if you are, do you like the shorter finish times? Are you a fan of this 2-year finish time? And then if you don't have any Scotch, but other finished whiskeys you're thinking, let me know that too. And if you want to post a little video in the comments below or along and let me know how the drinking with your mom went, we'll keep drinking. So try Lasanta. Let me know what you think. Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, vice versa. Let me know how these videos are going, and cheers.